This is our cattle ranch, the Double C Bar Ranch. We raise purebred Brahman cattle that we sell to other ranchers for breeding purposes. And we also have commercial cattle that we sell to the restaurant trade and individuals with finished beef. We also have started a blueberry farm, and we do mostly commercial pick, but we also have now added in U-pick, and so on Saturdays and Sunday afternoons during the blueberry season, we then invite the public in to participate in that, where we cook our ranch burgers. We're seeing a strong trend now that people want to know where their food supply is coming from. And they're wanting to buy local. They're wanting to see it happen. And that's what we're trying to do here on the ranch by growing different crops and different things, by having the U-pick and all. We're anxious to bring the public in so that we can help educate them as to where their food supply comes from.
Jimmy is the third generation of his family to work this land. Leslie's family was invited to the ranch for picnics when she was growing up, and she caught Jimmy's eye. They've been married over 50 years and have continued the family ranching legacy with their own children and grandchildren.
We raised our kids right on the ranch, working hard. They learned to work as children. They really, and helped us a lot. We have 4 kids, and all 4 kids married and have now 12 grandchildren.
We enjoy it. It's a pleasure to work, because now I'm not just a dad, I work with my boys and have done that all their lives. And now I've got grandkids that some of them are older, and now they're spending their summers working full-time on the ranch. And why do you want that leg back?
It makes them hear longer and a little filler.
With the next generation ready, willing, and able, the question Jimmy gets asked most often is, when are you going to retire?
People ask me that all the time, and especially my classmates. They're the ones like, you're still working? I retired when I was 55 or 60. And why don't you retire? Why don't you do this or do that? Because I don't want to. I do what I want to do now. I like it. I don't really think I ever thought it would be any different because, well, my dad was trimming fence rows when he was 90 and he fell and broke his hip. I never knew anything different. I just thought everybody did that into their 90s. So as long as my mind's there and as long as I'm healthy, I don't see much changing.
Part of what Chapman loves is working with family, and part of it is just being on the ranch itself.
The biggest part is just the pleasure and the enjoyment of we're around animals all the time. We're around just God's creation. And so one of the things that I do is I like to do oil paintings. Well, I get to see that every day. I get to see the nature, I get to see the trees, and the type of oil paintings that I do is native Florida. A lot of people go to a job, they're inside a building all day, they don't get to see it, they don't get to see the wildlife, they don't get to see the animals, and we get to see that every day. So it's just enjoyment to be able to experience that every day of our life.
But Brahmins and brushes don't necessarily go together. Painting became an outlet for Jimmy much later in life, thanks to a chance encounter and a willingness to give something new a try.
I've always enjoyed to look at art. Never thought about painting. Was the last thing in my mind that I would ever do. But I sat at a flea market and watched a guy paint one day. And I just watched the guy and stood at a distance, and he asked, was I an artist? And I said, oh goodness, no. But we just struck up a conversation, and I said, but it doesn't look that hard. I could do that. And so that night, I started painting a little and went and bought some stuff and painted a painting. And ever since then, I was 65 years old before I ever picked up a brush. That's just always been, I can do that. That's no problem. You may get banged around a little bit trying it, but you can do it. Just make yourself do it. It's just life. That's the way life is. And if I ever outgrow that, I just will hang it up.